I am your host, Keith Andrew. Along here is the talented and beautiful Ceza Ouzounian, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
That's great. It's my pleasure to be on your talk show.
Now, for people who want to know what uncensored is my way of showing people that even with a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities or disabilities in general, that you should never give up. You should prove to people you can still mount to something no matter what. And for people who want to know what uncensored is freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression, and you can say anything you want, you can curse if you want to. It's completely whatever you want to do. This is your time. And I just want to say the following. It's brought to you by Total Driven Radio. You can go to totaldrivenradio.com and you can listen to my friend Bay Rangley every Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday. So that's Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays. And it's Total Driven Radio. You can listen to him do his show. And it's also brought to you by the Vince Russo brand. Vince Russo has his own talk show. He's a good friend of mine, and you should check out his work. Now, with that out of the way, uncensored, like I said, that's my big thing. I don't have to repeat myself.
Yeah.
But starting off, what can you tell us about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm from England. I live in London. I'm an actress. I've been acting, well, I did my actors training in 2012. So since 2013, I've been in an industry. I don't know what else. I've done a variety of things from film and TV to theatre. So, yeah.
Well, you're beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
And I love the accent, too. It's really cool. Now, the next question was out, as it seems like I'm hitting on you, but, you're good looking. Anyway, don't mind me. The next question I was going to ask you, growing up in England, what were your favorite things, and what were the things that sucked about it, number one, and how did you pass the time?
Okay. Well, growing up in London, there's so much to do. So, well, I guess you're never short of things to do. Well, I enjoyed doing the usual stuff like going out with friends or going cinema. And then when I got older, going out clubbing into the bars. Yeah, what else did I do? Lots of things. I used to do lots of sports and kickboxing and I don't know what tennis. And well, when you're growing up, you're just trying to get away from school, aren't you? So
Right.
all those things. What did I not like about it? Well, London is massive, so it can take ages to get anywhere. And if you want to get into the centre, you have to give yourself an hour. So, or if you go out clubbing at night, getting home is a hassle. So I'd say those are the things I don't like.
So, what do you compare to two questions in one? Have you ever been to New York City? And would you compare London to the States or to America, or what would you compare London to?
Well, I've never been to New York, so I do plan to go there someday. It's on my list of countries or cities to visit. I'm just thinking, well, the places I've been to in the States are Austin and Texas, Las Vegas and Los Angeles. So I wouldn't really compare any of them to London. I guess LA and Las Vegas are big cities, so they're similar, but it's still quite a different feel.
Right.
They're hot for a start.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you, when you were growing up, did you do any sports? And were you a study nerd or party animal when you were in high school and college? Not high school, but well, high school too. Did you enjoy it? But in
Yeah.
college, were you study nerd, party animal?
Um, oh, probably both. um, I probably did more partying than I should have been studying. Um, well, but in high school, I guess I did study more than I partied. But when I went to university, I probably partied more than I should have. um, yeah.
All right. What about any sports you were doing when you were
Oh,
growing up?
well, I did do a bit of kickboxing and things like tennis and swimming. I used to like a lot. Um, when I was a bit older, when I went to university, I started doing capoeira and trampolining. So those were quite exciting. And then just general gym workouts and Pilates and stuff.
Well, I got you interested in kickboxing. I bet you can kick my ass, by the way.
I don't know, it was quite a while ago.
Do you still do it?
No. Um, nah, yeah, I stopped just because there was nowhere nearby. But yeah.
And the next question I was going to ask you, have you ever gotten a chance to do one of those human pyramids, or not a human pyramid girl?
Oh no, I've never tried that. Um, I don't think so, no.
But would you be up for it, or is not your cup of tea?
No, I'll try it. Well, you got to try something once.
That's true. I love that stuff. I know I'm a loser.
No, no, it's fun. It's a challenge.
Well, it's human art, and it's basically like a big exercise too.
Exactly.
Now, in a couple minutes, I'm going to pass the show over to you, and I'm going to put you in the driver's seat.
Okay.
And now, the other question I was going to ask you is, who influenced you to become an actress? And have you been any extras? Have you been any extras in any movies? And
Who influenced me to become an actor?
yes, and have you been any extras?
Hmm. I don't know if anyone influenced me. It's just something I've always wanted to do. Um, yeah, there's just so many great actors and actresses that I guess that's the influence to be like them in a way. Um, I've never been an extra in any big movies, just short films. So yeah, it would be great to be an extra in a big movie.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you, what were your favorite, oh, how many, first off, how many years have you been acting, number one?
hmm
And number two, the second question I was going to ask you, and if I walk away, I apologize. I notice I blink a lot when I talk, so I'm not trying to look like there's something wrong with me. So, how many years have you been acting, number one? And number two, have you ever had a role that was too hard for you, number two? And the last question is, let's just keep it at number two and make it easier.
Okay. Well, I guess professionally I've been acting for, since my course finished, which was 2 years ago, so over 2 years. But I've been doing amateur stuff since school, so a lot longer than 2 years. A role that's been difficult. I guess there's been roles which have been difficult to get into character. For example, if you've got to get on stage quickly and there's other things going on. But it was challenging, but it's just about focusing and learning to not let everything going on affect you. So I wouldn't say any of them were too difficult, but some were more challenging than others.
All right. Now, the other question I was going to ask you was there two more questions. The first one is, was there any roles that you would prefer? Like, being the main star, a supporting star, or would you even want to do like some voiceover works? Would that interest you? And the other question was, if you could pick any famous star to work with, past or present, who would it be?
Oh, okay, that's a hard one. Okay, first question. Well, I guess being lead or supporting role uh, is obviously great because who doesn't want to be that? Um, um, Voiceover work, I've never really done it, but I wouldn't rule it out. Um, yeah, I would do it. um, and any actor to work with, oh, that's a hard one. There's so many good actors. um, hmm, oh, um, well, I really like Kate Winslet, so I think it'd be really great to be able to work with her. Yeah.
Sounds great. Have you seen the movie she did a couple years ago? It was Holiday.
um, oh yeah, I did.
No, it's really
Yeah,
good. Better than Titanic.
yeah. It was a really good film.
Now I'm going to pass the show over to you, and
Okay.
this is your time. Was there anything you wanted to talk about? You can talk about anything you want. This is your time after all. But putting you in the driver's seat, was
Okay.
there anything you wanted to ask me? And gloves off, you can say anything you want.
Okay. Um, well, what you're doing is really interesting to show that anyone can get anywhere they want, no matter what disabilities they have. So, what inspired you to do this?
Hey, that's a good question. Not gonna bullshit with you.
No,
And
good.
it's uncensored to say what you want. I keep coming up with some lines like I use my, and it's true for the most part. I use my brother for an inspiration. Basically, everyone in my family had a learning disability one time or another,
Okay.
and now there's one's doing one's a writer. There's two writers. There's a teacher in the family, and I'm like, and the other ones are doing their own thing. I have no idea. We don't talk much. I'm like, well, if they can do it, why do I have to be held back? And it pisses me off. They're like, oh, help your brother get a job, get an interview, and it's like, what about you? Well, what about me? That's what I said. What about you? What
Yeah.
about you? And, oh, you're a different situation. You're gonna stay in retail until something turns up. And I'm like, all right. So I got tired of hearing that. Number one, and I got threats about my own family saying, "Oh, we're gonna put you in a group home. You're gonna be a burden for everyone. How
Oh,
can I live my life with you hanging around?" So one day I was like, "Screw it. I'm tired of saying." And it's true. I can't go to college because I don't have a GED, and they basically that's a whole other story. Can't go to college. Can't get a normal job. Can't do what you're doing. And I said, screw it. I'm going to keep it PG-13. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to show people that it was a learning disability. I can still amount to something. And I'm tired of using my learning disability as a crutch. I'm going to turn it into a perfect example for people out there saying, hey, you're in a wheelchair, but look at you now. And it's true. I interviewed people who were in a wheelchair, and they're phenomenal actors.
mm-hmm.
And I'm saying if they can do it, then I shouldn't have any excuses. And I say I'm going to turn myself into a perfect example. If I can do it and I have a panic attacks, I have ADD, ADHD, whatever,
Yeah.
labels that I had or have or whatever, I'm going to say labels do not matter. If you have the heart to do what you love, and if you're capable of doing something you love, that's all what matters. And that's all what should really matter.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. you shouldn't let labels influence what you do. You should just go out and do what you want to do.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
great. And what is it that you want to do? If you could, if everything goes the way you want, what is your goal?
It's a good question. I would say I would like to be probably like Dave Letterman.
Okay.
Um, let's see, what's his other name? Drawing a blank. He's on TBS. He's shit. Come on. Coley O'Brien.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Coley O'Brien. If I mess up his name, it's Mr. O'Brien. It's gonna make it easier. David Letterman. Larry King. Bill O'Reilly. Uh, Mike Huckabee. Just anyone who has a talk show.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I would like to be like them. And I also like to be sarcastic too. So I see myself being more like a Dennis Leary, George Carlin, or a little more upbeat like Robin Williams. And that's okay. I can be serious and go hee, and like this I can just take funny jokes, but I can do both. It doesn't have to be like, okay, today on my show I'm gonna talk. I like to be serious and make you laugh, and that's all I do. I work in retail right now. I really don't want to be working in retail right now, but I try to have fun with the customers. So I'm a cashier, so I try to do like impressions. Do you like impressions?
Yeah. What impressions do you do?
I do Ray Namano. Hey, I'm Ray Namano. Okay, come on. Who's eating my potato chips? You have all these bags and you have to eat mine.
That's good. I like that.
I can do Yoda. I bit my lip. I was going to do this to her, but I didn't. She was going to buy a night light for her son. And she changed her mind, and I bit my lip, and I was like, sleep in the dark he will. Afraid of darkness he is.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and the other one is I can do Yogi Bear. I did Yogi Bear when I was in high school. Hey, boo-boo, how do you do?
That's so good.
What about you? Can you do any impressions?
No, I can't. I'm going to go practice them so that I can
I can teach you if you want.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the cartoon on Banana Man?
I think so.
There's this guy, it's like, wow, it's either, wow, Kazam! Kazal! That's the one in the episode. I have no idea who does that. But it's, trying to remember how to do the impression. I can do you like Bane?
Yeah?
Bane is, okay, one more impression, then we go back on subject.
Okay.
Let's see, how do you do Bane? I was like, yes, I shall be the greeter. I haven't done it in a while, so if it sounds bad, it's like, yeah. I was getting a job in Woodbury Commons. It's like, yes, I shall greet the customers, and then I shall be the greeted, and then the greeted shall be the greeter. That's like that. And my parents are like, I know I have too much free time on my hands, but still, I like making people laugh.
That's good. That's good.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, I'm going to ask you some hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
And while still on the subject, I want to ask you first. Ask me any 3 hard-hitting questions you want, and then I will do the same, and then we can wrap up.
Oh no, hard-hitting questions. Can you go first and then I'll think of my questions?
Sure, no problem. I was being a gentleman. Let's see. First one is, I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but because everyone talks about it, Fox News, CNN, so what the hell? I'm going to ask. Where do you stand on gun control? And before you answer, I will tell you my answer. Anyone who is mentally disturbed, so like mentally disturbed, retarded, and that's okay for me to say because I am retarded.
Okay.
Yeah, not saying it's a compliment. No, I'm not saying it's a compliment at all. But that's what I'm labeled as. But people who are mentally challenged, people who are, the R word, people who are convicts, criminals, terrorists, lowlifes, anyone who's in danger to people around you and me, they should be on a list of saying, yes, I do support the Second Amendment. You do have the right, and I will get to this in a minute. I do support the Second Amendment. But if you have a medical condition that's going to make you a ticking time bomb, I don't give a damn about your rights. If you are an endangerment to people around you, that's it. You want a gun? Go buy a paintball gun. Or go buy one of those stupid water gun things. But say, I can buy, and it's true, Dick's Sporting Goods, you can buy a rifle. And I'm like, so I don't know, this black guy or Muslim guy, you're not going, and he's either a convict or a terrorist or whatever, but you're not going to do a background check, number one. No. You're not going to ask them any questions. No. So basically, if you have money, here's your gun. Do whatever you want with it. And whatever happens, happens. And I'm like, with all the shootings going on, and then this goes back to my first point. If you're mentally disturbed, retarded, just screwed up in the head. Like for me, for an example, I have a learning disability. I'm not crazy. I may act like it to get away with certain things, but I'm not crazy. But I do have a learning disability. That right there should be enough to say, you can do a talk show, but under no circumstances should you get your hands on a weapon. Period. End of story. And to pass it back to you, it's all about money, and it's disgusting. How many killings is enough?
That's very true. Well, obviously in the UK we're not allowed to buy a gun, so well, I think even if you don't have any illnesses or anything that could be, or you're not a criminal, sometimes just having access to a gun, you never know what's going to happen. How do you know you're not going to get into some horrendous fight and then the gun's there and you do something in the moment that you'll regret? So, yeah, I don't really agree with them being available. Yeah, there's so many people are dying unnecessarily. So yeah.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. And like, there's a line from a Batman cartoon where Batman hates guns. Apparently, in this video, I can show you. I have to look it up. Batman's holding a gun, and he's like, "Sir, what are you doing with that gun?" "Oh, Alfred, I just wanted to see what the interaction was." And by the way, this is the hand signal for a gun. What the interaction is? "Oh, the metal, the steel. I feel like a god." It's like, oh my god. And now I see people saying, "Mommy, Batman has a gun. I want one too." You're missing the point.
Exactly.
But the point is, I was looking at a rifle. I would never buy one. I swear to God on that. I would never buy one, but I'm looking at it, and I was thinking about what Batman said in the clip, how it feels like it, and it does. It gives you this imagination that you have this power, and you are in control, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to be realistic and say you can't live in fantasy land. It's, first off, it's a waste of steel. And I go back to what I said before. I do support the Second Amendment. No question about that. I support killing in self-defense. Only in self-defense for people out there. I support killing only in self-defense. And I'm going to break this down so people can understand this. Because I know you understand.
Yeah.
And it's like, if someone breaks into your house, that you're a perfect example for this. I'm going to use you for an example. You have a gun. If someone breaks into your house going after your husband, your kids, or backs you into a corner, wouldn't you defend yourself any means necessary?
Yeah.
And the same thing, if someone comes at you, I'm not saying you're on the street. You could use this scenario on the street if you're back into a corner or they bring you into a dark alley. If your life is in danger, you have the right to defend yourself. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Are you okay with this conversation? I see your eyes.
Go for it. Carry on.
Yeah, that's sorry, eyes shifting. I just want to apologize if I was.
No. So something flashed up on my phone and distracted me. Sorry. Carry on.
Not a problem. I'm saying that I'll give you a perfect example. My dad's friend, I don't remember his name, he used to walk around in bad neighborhoods or on the streets in Brooklyn or the Bronx. And these were a couple of gangbangers coming over. And he would open his jacket a little bit. You can't see me, I'm sitting, but you can tell by my arm how to gesture. He opens his jacket and he sees the gun, and the guys would see it. Like, oh, all right, man, no problem. It's okay if you want to intimidate someone to say, hey, don't screw with me. But just saying, I have a gun, let's play cops and robbers. And it's like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah.
And the next question I was going to ask you, two cool questions left on my part, and you can ask me anything you want.
Okay.
Or you can tell me to shut up. That's it.
Carry on, it's fine.
The next question I was going to ask you is, it's more of a two-parter. It's still question two, but it's two parts. So people talk about Black Lives Matter. And I was interviewed on my talk show. I have to send you this link if you're interested. I was interviewed by Mark Melanie. He's the host of the Reading Circle in New York City. And we agreed that, yes, Black Lives Matter. But my life matters, your life matters. So it's black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter. All lives, period, matter. And that goes for animal rights too. And this is the two-parter. The first part is, going back to gun control, do you think there should be more restraint in people should just, all lives matter, but you have, these video games that warped your mind. And I admit, I played Grand Theft Auto 3. It's a good game, was a good game.
Yeah.
Vice City. And most recently I was playing Saint Rose 2.
Oh yeah.
And I was running around shooting people, and it didn't bother me until recently, and I was like, why am I playing this? And then I started to have nightmares about it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this game out. But it's the culture we live in. Number one, it's it really needs to change. Like Bret Hart said back in '97, it wasn't really true then. So I guess he was seeing the future or something. But it's true now. People say we hate violence. We hate gore. We hate calling each other bitches and hoes or whatever. But what do we watch exactly? Do we watch on TV? What exactly do you play in your free time? So it sounds like, most part, people are hypocrites. That's the first part. Now, the second part is, do you believe all lives matter? And hopefully you're on my side, cross my fingers, that that saying goes to animal lives. I don't know if you heard the story about this jackass who killed a lion, the dentist.
Yes, I heard.
Now, do you think, you say Black Lives Matter, period, all lives matter. If you live, you have a heartbeat, you have a right to live. And no one, except for God or the devil, has the right to take that away from you. That's number one. And the last part is, do you believe that extends to animals?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. All lives matter, like no matter who they are, what background they come from, whatever. everyone's equally as important. And I think that's true of animals as well. Just because it's an animal doesn't mean we should kill it. They're just as important as any human. Um, yeah, like the guy who killed the lion, like there was no need. He was just he was just hunting and killing things for the sake of it. It's so unnecessary. And
Absolutely, it was disgusting too.
yeah, and it's sometimes because humans obviously have a lot of power in the world, we forget that we need all the animals, and they're just as important to the earth as we are.
No, absolutely.
So yeah.
Now, before I get to my last subject, I just want to apologize if I went on a rant.
No.
Before going to my last subject, and I'll pass it back over to you, is I went to this Native American thing recently. And when you come over to the States, I would love to take you there.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a date. But like I said, I'm just extending my hand to you in friendship. And if I'm flirting with you, hey, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
But I apologize if I'm hitting on you.
That's okay.
The reason I bring up the Native American fair is they had this foxtail. Two things. One, they had a foxtail, and it was stuffed. And I was tossing. I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. What is it? Foxtail? Is it real?" Yes. I just threw it away from me. And they had this other mask. It's really disgusting. I'm trying not to vomit in my mouth. It basically, if you don't want me to tell you, I don't have to.
No, it's fine. You can tell me.
They basically skin the animal, the face, and it's like, "Hey kids, would you like a mask?" And it's like, "Is this real?" No, not necessary. No, why are you turning away if it's fake? It's like, oh my god, these people are so freaking disgusting. I want to hurl. I was looking at it and I'm like,
oh god.
I would never go back. I love Native Americans, no question. But that booth, swear to God, I will never go back to that booth because that smell, it was freaking disgusting. I'm like,
did they smell of dead animals?
Why? Why was that? Why know how? And that's the last thing I want to ask you: animal rights, because I'm very passionate about animals, if you can tell.
Yeah.
And that's like, why do people believe they have the right to take a life? You know, going back to the second part. And again, I apologize if that offended you.
No.
Why do people think they have a right? And I interviewed people who said, "I'm a hunter," and their excuses were, "We need to keep the population down. There's too many deers, and they're gonna overrun us." Is this like a bad episode? Have you seen the TV show Zoo?
No, which zoo?
Oh, there's a thing James Patterson, or it's a hit show on NBC.
Oh yeah, I've seen adverts for it. Yeah, I haven't seen the show though.
And it's pretty good. It's not bad. And I'm like, are the deers going to rebel against us? Or the mountain lions? And there was a story actually that's pretty funny. Wrapping up on my little rant. These 5 polar bears in Russia. Yeah, that's all I got now. I was saying my dad, oh god, it's starting. Zoo is starting. These 5 polar bears trapped these 3 Eskimos in a cavern because the bears were hungry.
Okay.
So the day before we were watching an episode where the bats were trapping these 2. They were a lesbian couple in this container, and the bats turned off the power, and basically they were holding the bird hostage. So, I just ruined the episode for you. Basically, the bats wanted these lesbian women to release the birds. The women were holding the birds hostage. They finally released the birds. The bats disappeared. But at that rate, the power came back on, but they were frozen to death.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to ruin the episode for people.
That's okay.
But the next day, or like 2 weeks later, there was this story about the polar bears, or 3 or 5, were cornering these people in a booth, like a cavern. And I'm like, oh, it's like a bad episode of Zoo. Now going back to you, was there anything, you can ask me anything you want, even anything personal. I have nothing to hide.
Well, something I'm quite passionate about is where our food comes from. So I'm quite against like genetically modified foods and and things like that, and the use of pesticides which damage the environment and wildlife. What are your thoughts? Because I know America is a bit more lenient on its food than maybe Europe is. So yeah, it's just, what are your thoughts?
I would say it should be homegrown. I think you feel the same way, where if you get your fruit, it has to be homegrown, like British bound for you and American bound for me, because you know where it's coming from. Getting like dog food, cat food from overseas, getting like, we had recently in California, there was like a water shortage, and there was no strawberries. Oh God, help us! There's no strawberries. But it's like, okay, at least they still have water. Rained there yesterday, a couple days ago. It's like, thank you for that. But not to go off subject, you basically, when it comes to food, when it comes to milk, and there's a farm near in Chester where I won't say where I live, but I live next to Chester.
Yeah.
Chester, New York. Just doing a little hint for them. There's a dairy farm. And I'm like, okay, well, that's where we get our milks. And they send it to the factory, and that's where we get the milk and cheese. But getting cat food and dog food from China, first off, you have no idea what the hell they're putting into it.
Yeah.
And recently there was an outbreak about the Tyson chicken, where it has salmonella in it, or whatever disease in it.
Yeah.
And like you said, my opinion is it has to be homegrown. There's no reason, especially for jobs too. You know, save money or whatever. There's no reason to send jobs overseas. There's no reason to get food from overseas. For a perfect example is that yesterday I went to a diner, and on the TV, this woman got a package from, I think, like the Midwest or something, sent to where she was. And guess what she had in it? A black widow spider.
Oh my God.
Okay. Like, that's so freaking disgusting. That's enough. No strawberries for me. I don't care if you're obsessed with it. That would be the last store, because you don't know. There's stink bugs. We got stink bugs from Asia and China because there was a packages they were gotten. I have no idea what they were, but they were infested with stink bugs. That's what I know. I don't know if you have them in England.
I don't think so. I've never heard of them, so I guess not.
Stink bugs are these real round things, and if you kill it, it smells like a wet fart.
Oh, okay. No, we don't have those.
So, and if you kill it, the aroma will attract more. So basically, every time you see I scoop it up, or I suck it up with the vacuum, and I shake them outside. But we never had. Let's say I'm 27. For the past 27 years, never once had a stink bug. Now at my job, we now have a roach thing, not a roach problem, because I'm going to quit that job if roaches start appearing out of nowhere. And I'm like, great, if you see one, that means there's got to be more. Why can't it just be a mouse? Why can't it just be I have no problem with mice. You can keep your nasty ass stink bugs and roaches. But going on, just saying, food should be where you can keep an eye on it. Not be like, we'll see what happens when you send it overseas. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, it's like the companies are just they're concerned about their profits rather than the actual food quality, which is really sad because food should be well, it shouldn't be modified. It should just be grown. The way they always in history they've grown it, so it's at its best. But well, something we've got to work against, I guess.
That's true. And while was you talking about you cutting back, even on jobs, my bank is Chase of America.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little plug for them. But they're laying people off and replacing them with machines. It's basically, I don't know if I've never been in England, but basically there's this robot. It's a giant computer, and basically for each person you would save 8% or 8 cents per person.
Oh.
So they would fire the people and bring these stupid ass machines in. And he's like, oh, well, if I'm 8 cents for you, we can get this new machine for 4 cents. And I'm like, so you're laying people. Okay, just tell me when Skynet is going to take over. I think that would be a little bit better for everyone. Sad part is, I'm stuttering. We're relying on technology, so it's kind of like Skynet. But anyway, was there the other two subjects you wanted to ask?
Oh, I don't know what else though. We've talked about quite a bit.
You have any funny stories you like to share?
Oh, funny stories. I don't know. Well, now all the funny stories have gone out of my head.
I got a couple if you like to hear them.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Let's see. There's what happened a while ago. I got into someone else's car by accident.
Oh, yep, I've done that.
I sucked up a spider. I was vacuuming my room, and I sucked up this big spider. And I didn't know what to do. Can't throw it out. It's gonna come out. Can't dump whatever. Can't dump it in the toilet because there's wet in it.
Yeah.
And my dad was on the porch, and I wasn't thinking. I opened my window, opened my screen. What's the worst can happen? So I dumped and went outside the window. So next thing you hear psh, and it's smoke. My dad was, son of a bitch. Keith, did you just dump something outside your window? No. Well, what can you tell us about that smoke? There was a spider in there. And it's like, did a shit again, you find your ass living somewhere else. My brother's favorite story is, he has a lot of them, but this one's really funny. Have you ever gotten punched in the face while taking a dump?
No.
That must be a guy thing. He was living in Plattsburgh, and basically his dorm, it's just doing what used you for an example. Your room you're in is the bathroom. Right to your left is the window, and there's no screen on it. It's a nice place. It's cramped, but it's nice. But hey, what you gotta do about it? It's college dorm. Yeah. And his friend saw my brother's friend, I don't know, Brian, was doing number 2. And his other friend, I have no idea, name him Michael. Michael was walking past, and he noticed the window didn't have a screen on it. But his friend was like this, trying to use the bathroom. And he walked away, stopped, said to himself, this has got to be funny. He's got to be mad, but this has got to be funny. So as his friend is trying to whatever, he reaches into the open window and just decks him right in the face. So we always joke with my brothers, like, hey, at least I know I wasn't punched in the face while I was taking a shit. I don't know, I just have a lot of warped stories. But wrapping up, do you have anything you want to say to your fans and listeners? how can they follow you on social media, and do you have any words of wisdom?
Okay, well, on social media, I'm on Twitter at the Cez. That's TheCez. And I have a Facebook page on Facebook under my name. So they can always follow me or like my page. Any words of wisdom? Well, I guess something that's been on my mind lately is there's always lots of obstacles standing in our way of our goals. So no matter how hard it gets, just keep plowing through, because those obstacles are placed there just to, really make you work for that goal. So when you get there, it's extra fabulous.
No,
So yeah.
absolutely. It's like what Fester Savone says. It's not about how hard life hits you. It's about it's about, hang up and up closer in this gets rates. It's not about how hard life hits you. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's what winners do.
Exactly.